Morning, guys. Friday, November 1st, 2024. It's, look at that. Look at all this room in here. Wow. So, I peeled the plastic off the top of the van truck. Brought it outside here. Gonna let the sun beat on it. So it's got the final coat of blue on it. Those lights really helped me to be able to see the sides to get the paint on, and it's good and thick. I redid this line. I remasked the line just a little bit up over where the overspray was, and I was able to cover up that overspray, even though I'm going to put a tape there. So gonna have to go over this whole thing with 1500 grit, and I think I'm gonna wet sand it. There's a few spots where some blue paint somehow got up here. You can see a little blue there, but that'll all come off when I it's a little everywhere. I see a little. I didn't do a good job again. I really suck at this. But there's a little bit of blue that got up into the white that's going to have to be taken off. But when I wet sand it, that'll come right off. You can see a little on the back here. A little bit of blue here and there, but it's just dust. And it'll come off. It will come off. I kind of used a little more paint probably than I needed to on this, but I wanted to make sure I got a good thick coat on there. Because like I say, I want to wet sand this back and clear it. And I wouldn't want any of the, I'll be careful on those lines, I'll tell you. You can't hit any of the corners real hard. It's coming together though. The roof is blue. Needs cleaning. It's been painted for a while. It needs a little bit of cleaning. This looks a lot fresher. So there we go. Gonna be getting the Apache trims ready to go on. Get the nose and the hood and the tailgate ready to go on. And then I'm gonna play with the grill a little bit. See what I can do with it to spice it up. Might be using a little bit of the Bad Chad Chrome on it. This is the 48 still sitting on the trailer. I got to make some pieces to go underneath here. You can see the in order for me to get a jack, there's really nothing to jack against, so I got to put some metal across to put the jack and the jack stands on. So I'm going to be making up some kind of a jig because I want to get it up on the trailer with the tires off and undercoat the fender wells while I'm having the tires balanced. I'm going to be moving that just back a little bit on the trailer too. It's a little bit too far forward. I'll get to that when I'm ready to jack it up. But I'm real happy with the blue and white now. Now this truck has been, as I told you guys, this was an RV. It was like 27 or 28 feet long. Thing was huge, and I cut the chassis down, and I had to make a jack shaft, and then there's a carrier bearing, and then another drive shaft in the rear. And I'm going to work on getting a different setup. I started what I call a bucket, where I'm saving money, and what I want to do is I want to get a 4-speed automatic transmission, one-piece drive shaft, and I'm thinking I could use this rear end, but if I can find like a 3/4 ton rear end that would fit under there and fit on those springs, I got to get into researching on that, and that's something that's gonna not take place. I'm gonna get the body fixed up and get it running and driving first. It'll run just the way it is. I mean, having the 4-speed transmission and all that is kind of like what I want to do eventually, but right now I'm more interested in just getting the body put back together and being where it can drive, move around. be out in the yard instead of my garage. Really coming together. So I'm going to clean up the garage, and I'm going to start working on the tailgate and the stuff to get it done. Tailgate is about ready for paint. I tried to shoot some paint yesterday on excuse me, burping up my breakfast burrito, the hood and everything, just sitting here covered up. So I tried to put some paint on this yesterday, and I ended up didn't lay out like I wanted to, so that's not the final coat. It's gonna need one more coat on it. So I'm going to be I'll leave it out here in the sun, let the sun bake that enamel, and then I'll be able to wet sand that. Starting to do a little bit of wet sanding because I'm up in the higher grades of paper and they gum up so quickly. So I'm going to do some wet sanding now. And then, like I said, I have a propane bullet heater. I'll have to bring the bullet heater in the garage and dry the entire van before I clear it. That's kind of my plan. Oh boy. All this room, I don't know what they're doing here. My God. So it's Friday. Weekend's coming up. Then we're going to be going into, we got election Tuesday, and I'm so glad it's coming, man. It's been waiting and waiting for it. I voted already, but I voted early. Go Orange, man. Talk to you all later, guys. Hope you're enjoying your day.